Hello everyone, I'm here to do a flip through of this Reader's Digest Lapbook. So it was originally, two Reader's Digest covers that I put together, and they're in a playlist, and I will link that playlist. So I used, so this is one of the original books, but you can see there was a green one and a yellow one. So the yellow ones are the two inner panels, and the green was the two outer panels. And these two spines and this spine are just chipboard that I've covered in fabric. And the fabrics are Tim Holtz, I think it's called Remnants. And this is like a blocky print. I'm not sure what the exact name of that fabric is. And then the cover panels are Tim Holtz backgrounds, I think they're called. They come in a pack. They're heavy cardstock. This cover is a piece of burlap that I folded in half and sewn and then grunged up. And it has a metal closure. This is a real metal closure. And in the ends of this is some file folder that I've sandwiched between the two layers of burlap to give it a little bit of sturdiness. And that comes right off. So you can use it or not as you see fit. And it's a TN style. So there's an elastic down the center with a little journal on the inside. And that elastic is held in place with these two gears that the elastic is thread through an eyelet, a large eyelet. So you open it up, and there is the journal in the center. This is a Stamperia pack paper, and it's really very straightforward and simple. There's all different kinds of papers. There's some packaging paper that's been gessoed, and some grid paper, and some tea-dye paper, and some real vintage ephemera, and book pages, and things like that in here. This is a little bit of a flip out of a tea-dyed page, and some bank ephemera, and some inked paper, and some more bank ephemera in there. And then looking at the first panels on this side, let me see, am I in frame? Do I want to move you in just a smidge there? Okay, so on this side this clips right off. And these are just some cutouts from the Stamperia pack. And then inside this cute little policy envelope. So there's some twine. And this opens up, excuse me. And these are just some tabs that I have punched out of the Stamperia paper for you to use. So that just folds up like that. And then this wraps around like so, and then clips there. And then each of these opens up. It has a little folder tab, and they're just little tuck spots with some cutouts from the kits. There are two different Stamperia. One is called Time. I can't remember what the other one was called because I've used that in here somewhere and I no longer have that cover. But they're two kind of steampunky. They're not the Voyager ones. They're just like Time or something like that. One has a lot of clocks in it and one's more flowery. So those are cutouts from the kit or from the pack. And then in here are some cut-offs from that Tim Holtz pack that I use for the covers. Excuse me, it's time for a cup of tea, I think. So, and then this is hinged with actual hinges that I have, let me hold that up for you. Hinges that I've inked, not inked, I have patinaed and then sealed. Okay, so then in this one here, this has a metal magnet closure. And this also is hinged with metal hinges. And this is a belly band, and I've just stuck some inked and tea-dyed index cards in there. And then there's a pocket at the top, and I have just included some cutoffs and extras in there. And that's that little journal. So that closes. Actually, this is best if it's right down the center. And so these, anything that has that looking like it, like including this little belly band and some more pieces you'll see back here. This is the Tim Holtz metallic paper that I've run through an embossing folder, a Steampunk embossing folder, and then I've used the patinas, and I have used Rusty Hinge distress ink, and then sprayed it to seal it. So it looks like aged metal. And then the second two panels, this panel has 2-dimensional pockets, and I'll just show you something real quick. So I was worried about those dimensional pockets getting squished. So what I've done is I've taken some more of that metal paper and I've run some little edges and corners along the sides there to help give it some support. And this is that same paper that I have sealed up and inked and aged, and it has a metal clock thing on it that I've also patinaed. And then this opens up for more journaling space, front and back, and that slides into the back pocket. And then this is just craft paper. These are the Tim Holtz die cuts, and this is more craft paper, and I used black gesso on that, and then I grunged it up with different what are these called? Different gilding waxes, gilder's paste, and some distress inks, and then yeah, and these are half back pearls that I black gessoed and then aged and layered them up. I'm really happy with how that comes out. I think it's pretty cool. And this also has expanding tags for more journaling space. And this one slides into the front. And then this last panel has a folder, and this is magnetic, and it just magnets onto that back panel. This is a tuck spot on that back panel as well. And inside this envelope are more journaling cards that came from the Stamperia pack. So those are to use as you desire. Those have torn edges, and those just slide and fit perfectly inside that envelope, which closes like a policy closure with the gears. And that has a little bent and patinaed watch hand, and then that just magnets right on and stays put. Happy with how that came out too. So yeah, so it's a little tight when you close it. You have to kind of squeeze and close, but then it closes up really nicely. Whoops. Hold on, let me tuck that in. That needs to be tucked in a little bit better. There. So yeah, so I just give the notebook a little bit of a pull to get it to close, and then these butt up against the spine, and then it stays put. I mean, it's not springing open or anything. And there actually is some room for it to grow, and oops, and there is also a little bit of give in the closure. Is that right? Yes, that's right. A little bit of give in the closure. So this just closes up like that. Oops. that has to be up, and then that slides down. So there is a little bit of play in that, so that if it does get bigger, it will just tighten up the belt. So this is going to be up for sale in my Etsy shortly, and I thank you for sticking around and watching. If you would, please click like and subscribe, ring the bell, and as always, I would love to hear your comments. I hope you have a great day and stay safe and take care of each other. Bye-bye.